again, friends. James and Kira here with the Updike Family Homestead, and week 2 of our Gather Round podcast, video, whatever you want to call it. So if you're listening online and just listening to the podcast, we thank you for doing that. If you're watching the video, hi, waving at you. So week 2, and this is really just kind of a summary of things that we've found, done, and experienced this week. And so I hope you've had a blessed week. I hope you had a productive week. We woke up to snow this morning, but it looks like it's all gone.
Really strange weather for this week.
It was 65, I think, yesterday.
And with tornadoes.
Tornadoes and 65, and today it's snowing, and so we're fixing to make an adventure. So we want to make sure the roads are all good and they look fine. So anyway, glad to have you here with us today. Obviously, if you want to continue to get these notifications, please click the like button. Please click the subscribe button. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell if you're on YouTube. If not, just subscribe here on the podcast. We're on about every platform you can expect. So,
and of course, obviously, please follow us on all forms of social media.
Everything.
We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
eBay.
Yeah, eBay.
eBay's been good this week.
Yeah, it has been. You've had a great week.
Yeah,
I've had a great week.
You've had
the small business, and it's really
thank you guys.
Yeah, because y'all keep the homestead aspect going. I mean, any of that income that we earn, your income, because I'm just.
We made a little money this week, and it all went back into projects.
Yes. Things that we get to share with you guys.
Yeah, things we'll get to show you guys. And
does it sound a little different in this room?
Yeah, I know. I'm a little. I'm looking, or if y'all see me on camera, I know obviously you guys in the microphone here can't see, but if you see me on camera, I'm looking around because this week we decided. Kira come to me and I asked and said, I've been praying about something, and we love stuff. Kira and I both were raised in not rich families, and stuff that we had was very important, when we were young, and has still been very important up through, today. The things that we have been very important to us. The materialistic stuff, and we've had, if you've ever seen our house or seen around our videos, we have stuff everywhere. And, I want to really reach out and if my mom happens to watch this, thank her and thank my aunt, because they had more things than probably Walmart had things. And they have substantially downsized, and that was really awesome to see, because I was raised by my mom, and obviously, like I said, we didn't have a lot of money, so the things that we had were very important, and for her to get rid of so many things, decorations, there was like no wall space in our house when I was younger because of stuff, and so we decided this week that we would begin to downsize. I don't necessarily want to use the term minimalist. I mean, because in a homestead, it's hard to be a minimalist because everything is has a dual purpose. I mean, most things that were bought for X reason may not be used for.
Well, one example of that are the little wire shelves that you see in your clothing closets.
Yeah,
we don't have those in our clothing closets.
Yep.
We repurposed those and we used them around the base of the chicken coop.
Yeah. To keep the
critters out. We've used them. Now they're being repurposed and reused for the greenhouse. Because they're perfect.
Yeah,
in the
perfect
greenhouse.
shelves. The little trays fit on them. I mean, I'm looking right now and I see a Tupperware cake container full of dirt, and so it's a Tupperware, cake lid, one of the big cake lids, and it's full of dirt,
so I use it for dirt.
And so there's so many things, but we decided.
The Father's been working on my heart for a long
time. He has for a long time.
About downsizing and getting rid of things, and all of that kind of started taking place for me personally, really examining what's more important: my hundreds of pairs of shoes, my jewelry, and things like that, or a lifestyle that focuses more on the Father. And so I got rid of almost all of my shoes. I mean, I think I might have 30 pairs, which is still a lot, and I get that.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having, like, if that's your passion, if that's what you love,
what you do.
then good. But it was what was on my heart of just getting rid of those materialistic things. And so I did. I went to James because I have 3 types of cleaning that I do in the home. One of them is just a daily pickup, 15, 30 minutes a day. The second one is like the weekly deep clean, where I take a room or 2 a day and I deep clean with mopping and quick dusting, things like that. But then we also do a seasonal cleaning where I will move the furniture, and of course James helps and the kids help, but we'll move furniture out. We vacuum, baseboards and underneath.
Take everything off the wall, wipe it down.
Yeah, wash the curtains, do the blinds and all that. And I went to James this week and I said, listen, you said something that he said last week during one of our Bible times of study that we were doing together. You were talking about how the Hebrews.
Oh yeah, this is such a good. I'm gonna read something from Scripture real fast, and this is actually from the book of Hebrews. I mean, this is not necessarily what I'm talking about, but this is from the book of Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 13, verses 5 and 6, and it says, "Let your way of life be without the love of silver, and be satisfied with what you have. For he himself has said, I shall never leave you nor forsake you. So that we boldly say that Yahweh our Elohim is my helper. I shall not fear what man shall do to me." And so that, you don't think about it in terms of stuff. There's a great song by Casting Crowns. It's called American Dream, I think is the name of it. And there's a great line that says, we used to think whoever dies with the most toys wins. And that is true. I mean, we do in our American society. We think the more things we get, the better off we'll be. But eventually we're going to die, and none of that stuff's going with us, And so, the story of Moses and Abraham and the leading the Hebrews out of Egypt, that whole story, if you really think back, it's not about the destination where the Hebrews were going. It was about trusting that Yahweh had provided enough. Not abundant, but enough. And that's really what, if you really dig into the story and look, that's what that story is about. Not having tons and tons and tons of things, because they were nomadic society. If you have to take yourself into the Bible when you're reading the Bible. You have to, you can't think of it as, oh wow, they're walking around New York City. No, they're walking around the desert, and carrying tents and carrying, sheep and goats and babies. I mean, that, they had the most, the smallest amount of things possible to survive. And that's what it was all about. And so, I think we really miss that in our society. And so Karen and I had both really been talking about that and how many, things we have. And now I know that sounds a little hypocritical, because I do have an eBay store where I buy lots of things, but that's a business. Your business has to have materials, but around your own house and your own stuff, it's very relieving, I guess is the word. It's very
what we ended up
opening, freeing.
What we ended up doing, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with decorating your house.
No, not at all. And we still have decorations.
Oh yeah, yes. But what we started focusing on was examining each specific thing and saying, you know what? Number one, does this hold sentimental value?
Yeah.
And number two, do I love it? And if I don't love it, or if it doesn't bring me joy, can I live without it?
Yep.
And so, I think we got rid of like 3 or 4 big boxes of things.
I'm looking around right now, just like we had our home, our dining room and kitchen are done in
the
vintage.
Whole house.
Well, just these 2 rooms are done in vintage kitchen things. And I'd say, I'm looking up at the shelf, if you guys on video were seeing me look up, there were probably 40 advertising tins on that shelf. Now I think there's 7. Maybe 8.
It's very
instead
free.
of 40.
My whole thing is that I want a home that doesn't create chaos. Life is chaotic enough, you know, especially when you're working, you're raising your children, and, you know, our kids were involved in sports and 4-H and church, I mean, everything. And so, you know, life itself is chaotic. I want my home to be peaceful
as much as possible.
Right. And I want to be able to, you know, what do I want to spend my time and my energy on? I want to spend my time and my energy on studying the word more, or on you. I mean, you know, we're empty nesters now. And so like we're kind of refocusing our life and our marriage back on each other. Which I don't feel like we have ever lost that. But it's easy to do.
Yeah, when you have, you know, you have to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
I mean, and so
it's been very freeing. So
it has.
You know, we just want to encourage you guys to kind of take room by room. What brings you joy? And the things that don't bring you joy, listen, put them on eBay. Have a yard sale. You know, sell the things that you're not using, that you're not needing, and put that money towards something rewarding. Do a little trip with you and your husband.
Yeah,
or
go to dinner. I mean, if you don't normally go out to dinner, go take a dinner. I mean, bless yourself. You know,
so
treat
you
yourself.
can. I did post, I did a blog post this week of what I like to do for our seasonal cleaning checklist. And so I shared that with all of you.
Is that on our website?
That's on our website.
So UpdikeFamilyHomestead.com is
Uncovering
our website.
Roots blog.
It's the Uncovering Roots blog. There's a lot of different things if you go to UpdikeFamilyHomestead.com. That's where we have all of our herbal things that my beautiful wife puts together, teas and things like that. But she has a blog that has a lot of really great things. I mean, you know, a lot of recipes, things like that. So a little bit of everything, a lot of that stuff. But so that's awesome. That's one thing we want to encourage you guys on this week. Is one of the things that we've done this week. Yesterday,
so we can talk about some other. So like that was the big thing that we got done this week.
That was big.
But then we also prepared. We prepared for our upcoming growing season.
Definitely.
Changing some things up this year, and we're going to be sharing more of that with you when that time comes, because it's coming and it's coming quick.
There's been a lot of orders go, you know, for seeds and for
And I was able to save a lot of seeds from last year. So this year I
not
ordered
as many, didn't order as many.
Half as much as what I ordered in the past.
So that is coming. If you like gardening content, that stuff's coming, and it's coming quick. And we got a really cool new tool that we got in yesterday. We're not going to show it to you yet, but we showed it on live yesterday on TikTok. But I mean, if you were there, great. If not, check her out on TikTok. I will tell you, our eBay store has been rocking this week. I mean, it's awesome to see big boxes go out, you know. And I shot two nights. I shot videos this week of things that I had sold, and while I was shooting the video, more things sold. And so, I mean, I again wholeheartedly appreciate you guys for, you know, checking out that store. I've got a lot of things that just, you know, again, bring back nostalgia, bring back childhood, things you can't find anymore. And so, you know, please check that out.
Something's probably on there that will bring you or someone in your life a lot of
or
joy.
that you had, you know, and you want. You know, I'm not saying buy it all of it unless you want to buy it all. I'm good with that too. But I'm not saying buy it all. But you know, and a lot of the stuff that we're getting rid of, the tins and pictures in every room. I mean, things are going to be moving, and so a lot of that stuff will be on there as well.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Like a lot of the things that you guys have seen in maybe YouTube videos or on TikTok videos, things like that.
They're going to be on there.
They're going to be on there. Yeah, so, a lot of things that we've decided really to part ways
cool
with.
Stuff.
So yesterday I ground up a whole bunch of wheat berries.
You did.
Whole lot of wheat berries.
There was wheat flour everywhere.
Everywhere, I know.
I mean, all throughout it looked like a cloud.
Listen, if you've never had, we don't buy bread anymore. We haven't bought bread in a really long time.
We'll still buy like hot dog buns, hamburger buns.
Although,
you probably will figure that out.
Yes, that and bagels. Those are three things. Yeah. Bagels, hamburger buns, hot dog buns. Those are the 3 things that I'm actually going to be working on
Sweet.
perfecting
Okay.
to so that
Y'all heard that here first. That's
yeah.
first time I've heard it. So
I know.
there you go.
I know. That's been, part of becoming homesteaders, though, is doing everything. But anyway, if you've never had a fresh loaf of bread made from freshly ground wheat flour, it is the best. That I'm actually going to be doing a whole YouTube video specifically catered to wheat berries, growing wheat.
And
what
the
type,
smell.
yeah,
Oh,
even when it's not made, like even when you're just grinding it.
just the in the rising process, it's like, oh my goodness, what a great smell.
It does. It fills up the whole house.
What a great smell. So we'll be
lots of great things coming.
Doing lots of new things, lots of projects, lots of adventures, as we continue. We've got a lot of stuff already on as content, but there's going to be a lot more things coming and going. Y'all see, I did finally get my beautiful wife. It was not her fault. It was my fault. Yeah, if you're on the microphone here, you'll just have to go to the YouTube channel. But finally got a haircut. I took the time to sit down and do it. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
I highly appreciate it. So I actually cleaned up a little bit. I was starting to look like my granddad, which, not a bad thing, but
he had that papa
I'm still
wave.
a little bit young. Yeah, he used to have that wave. It was just perfect. And it's so funny how that, heredity just kind of folds over and goes. And so, well.
Hey, Papa, I gotta share this story really quick.
Okay.
If y'all really want a good laugh. So most of you know, if you've been following us for a long time, you know that I am an herbalist, that I make a lot of our own medicine that we use here around the homestead. That's a big part. You already know.
I know what story. Yeah.
So we had the
This
grandbabies.
is good.
Maybe a couple weekends ago, New Year's Eve weekend, we had the grandbabies, and somehow, some way, we got to talking about dandelions, and I said to Ayla, I said, Junebug, I said, a dandelion is one of the most beneficial medicinal plants that we have on this earth, and it's free because they grow everywhere. And so she was like, Nana, nuh-uh. I said, oh yes. I said, you can actually eat the entire dandelion. You can eat the flower, you can eat the leaves, you can saute the leaves. Those are delicious.
They are good, yeah.
You can actually dig up the root and roast the root and grind it up, and that's an alternative for coffee. And I was talking about all these different benefits, and I even said to her, I said, now you don't want to pick a dandelion at a public place and eat it, because of course people spray them because they think they're weeds, so they spray them with weed killer. So, I was like, always make sure that you're at Mommy and Daddy's house or Nana and Papa's house if you're going to eat one. Y'all, tell me why my grandbaby goes to school. She went to school this week, gathered all of her friends to tell them all about the wonderful dandelion and how beneficial it is for their bodies, and then proceeded to share those said dandelions with all of her friends at school to eat.
Mouthfuls.
So, like
Farmer John out there just chewing on dandelion.
Yeah, so the teacher had to message our oldest daughter, Savannah, and say, please tell Nana to remind Ayla not to eat dandelions at school. So be careful with what you say and what you teach. We got a great laugh. I FaceTimed her, and she just laughed. She thought it was the funniest
Little
thing.
ones are always paying attention.
But and that is so important, because it reminds me of the role that we play, not just in our children's lives, but in the lives of our grandchildren, our nieces, our nephews, and you guys out there. So this week, I really do want to encourage each of you to model that behavior, model those expectations, model the appreciation of the things that you have in your home. Pray, pray with everything, because they're looking. Even when you don't think that your kids are watching you, they're watching every little bitty thing, and they do want to grow up to be just like you. So this week, I just want to encourage you to set those examples and model that behavior. I want to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and take a look around your home. It's uncomfortable.
It's weird.
It's uncomfortable, but again, when the Father is growing us and molding us into who He wants us to be, that pruning season can sometimes hurt. But we know in order for us to grow and blossom and produce the fruit that He wants us to produce, that pruning hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit uncomfortable.
It is a little prickly.
We are so thankful for you guys. Thank you so much for listening to us today. If you do have a prayer request, please send us an email, updikefamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share.
Comment too, guys. We love reading the comments. We had a couple on the first one, and you know, hopefully those of you that were excited about this are still excited about this. And so we thank you guys for watching. We love y'all. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and we will see you back
next
very
Friday.
soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.